Good matchup.
All right. Good deal, man. Let's jump into it, dude. It's chalk talk time. I'm excited about this. This was a fun one. It's one of those games that, for whatever reason, there were some portions of the fan base didn't seem to be happy with it. I come away. It's one of those. There's way more positives than negatives, but there's still plenty of negatives that you can kind of build upon, And we're going to talk about a couple of negative plays on here too, not to harp on it, not to be overly negative, but just to try to understand, okay, here's what happened on these explosive plays that we gave up type thing, right? So, again, just a quick recap. Week 7, Packers defeat the Arizona Cardinals 27-23. All right. We lost the middle 8 7-3. Okay. However, it is worth mentioning that even though we lost the middle 8 7-3, that let me get this set up. I'm sorry. The Packers did score at like the 9-minute mark. Okay. So it's like one of those things that it's still not technically the middle 8, but it's close enough to the middle 8 where you still feel a little bit of that momentum, right? Because we did come out and got a huge strip sack there by Rashawn Gary in the third quarter that was in the middle 8. We'll talk about that play for sure. And Green Bay wins the turnover battle 1-0 because of that strip sack. So again, we got 19 plays. Let's get into it, Amelia. It's going to take some time here, and we'll try to fly through it and not bore everybody too much. But I know this is one of the shows that people look forward to the most. So first play, right? First play, first quarter, 8:19 left, 0-0, third and goal from the 8-yard line, right? Green Bay's 8. And this is the Micah Parsons sack that forces the Arizona field goal, okay? So obviously this is a huge play that prevents a touchdown, prevents them from getting in the end zone. And let's just dive into, and again, you guys call out the mistakes, all right? I've been on the tussing.
We need it up, Clay.
Oh, my bad. I've been on the as you can tell. I've been on the tussing.
You've been tussing. Don't worry. I know. You've been doing a little tussing.
I do a little tussing. So I've been on the tussing. So just know there may be some errors. If there are, call them out. Emilio, you make sure you call them out. Chat, make sure you call them out as well. All right. So let's dive into it. First play, we're in a nickel 4-2-5. We're going to run a torch. Okay. If you guys wonder what a torch is, it's a torch TT stunt. These guys are going to work off each other and cross each other's face, okay? So they're just looking to do a twist in the middle, and the edge rushers are just rushing straight off the edge. You got Rashawn Gary and Micah Parsons in there. To me, the coverage looked like cover 4 match. Emilio, they did some weird stuff in this game, man. It's like when they get inside the 10, don't get me wrong, it seems like they play red 2 or like a cover 4 match. There was one particular play where they're inside the 20 on a third down. It might have even been a fourth down. I think it was a third down where we played 2-man under is what I thought. So I'm like, that's kind of odd that we ran 2-man under in that situation. But nonetheless, just a 4-man rush here. Let's roll the tape. Watch Micah at the bottom, guys, right down here. He's just going to win right off the line, right? Working inside, a little dip, rip, getting the sack. Now, it's easy to go, great job, Micah, right? Watch the middle of this play, okay? Watch the defensive tackles here. And look who forces him to step up, all right? Look at Brinson right there, okay? Yep. So Brinson's literally waiting on him to step up in the pocket, and that's the reason that Micah's able to wrap back around and grab. If they don't run that torch stunt there, Emilio, what ends up happening is I think if it's just a straight rush, and let's say these guys are just kind of going up the field, right? He's coming right out this gap right here, running right past Micah, and it's going to be a big game. But instead, you got that almost like a touch spot. You see it? You see how Brinson was kind of laying back? So it's easy to look at the stat column and say, great play, Micah, and it was. But watch Brinson play gap sound right there, right? That's really what made it happen, in my opinion. So,
Brenton and Carl being unselfish because they started out in that wide offset look. So you're already over they were almost head up on the guards or over their outside shoulders. So you're basically baiting them to play Micah the one-on-one there. So you set your tackles way outside. All right, we're curling in. Guard's going to carry you. And Carl Brooks says, I'm just going to crash the center out. And Brinson thinks real quick, all right, let me get to an open lane. Because wherever there's green grass, that's where the quarterback's going to want to go to, right? You can't go through his offensive lineman. So let's find some space. You get scared, then he tried to go back, and it was over.
Yeah. Great play by Micah, though. Excellent play by Micah, man. He's so damn good. So good. So I think he's in the lead now in terms of odds for Defensive Player of the Year now in the NFC. So,
and Wes, I'm pretty sure, was saying that he's on pace to break 100 pressures for the season. I think Rashawn had like 49 last year, and Mike is almost already at 40 or almost over 40. So it's like we are seeing some crazy numbers out of him.
Yeah. All right, next play. Second quarter, 13:38 left. Arizona's leading 3-0. It's a 3rd and 10 play. Green Bay's 42-yard line. This is the Keyshawn Nixon pass breakup. Again, on a 3rd and 10 play, this is a huge play. We come out in that nickel 3-3-5 I was talking about, Emilio. So you got 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, but we're playing Joker 1. What we mean by Joker 1, Micah Parsons is playing, he's number 1. So we're always, when you hear us say Joker in a number, the jersey number is the Joker. And what that means is they'll stand up in the A gap and they're really rushing the passer, but they're doing it kind of standing up, right? So we're running nickel 3-3-5, Joker 1, cover 2 invert. Here's another thing I noticed in this game, Emilio. It was really interesting. Cover 2 is cover 2 invert is cover 2 zone, right? Yep. So typically with invert, the way this works is the safeties will buzz down and the corners will cover deep half, right? That's an invert. So they're running like a half invert. So what I mean by that is I think it's this safety buzzes down, this safety goes deep half, and this corner goes deep half. So it's like half invert, right? And now some could say, okay, well, if it's match on this side, it could be cover 6 match. I can see that. But to me, it looked more like cover 2 invert. It honestly did. So what's cool about this is, if I'm reading it correctly, Keyshawn is supposed to cover deep, but he knows there's no other threat over here. There's just this nasty split, right? So as long as Marvin Harrison Jr. doesn't break deep, he can drive on this pass. Now, you fight on a double move, you're going to get scorched because your help is going to be creeping into the box on a spur look, right? So again, roll the tape and watch Harrison. Now look at Key, just dive on it, right? I mean, he just bang knocks it out. Now it was ruled a fumble. It was overturned. I think that it was incomplete if I remember correctly. But again, Keyshawn just breaking on this ball is just a really, really nice defensive play. This is the stuff that Keyshawn's doing really well right now. Watch him. Drift. You can tell he's ready to cover deep. You've seen X kind of drifting toward the middle of the field. I'm trying to get it just right here. I apologize. So look, see how X is kind of hanging out in the middle of the field? It's almost like he's playing like a Tampa 2 look or something,
Yeah. No, absolutely. But he had faith in X that if there was a trips coming across, that okay, because he still has deep responsibilities. If a trips is coming across like on a slot cross, he's got faith X is going to carry him and pick him up, especially if you're going to try to jump that route. And also knowing that, hey, that pressure is getting there. Look at Rashawn's already there. So it would have been over anyway. You wouldn't have had time to go deep over the top. Once you saw that foot go in the ground, your back foot goes in the ground and you're breaking on the ball.
Yeah, so that was Rashawn just blasting right by the left tackle.
Look at that dude. He said, "Uh-oh, no."
And again, you've got room to make this throw, right? It's there. Now, will he get 10 yards? That's to be determined. But again, if you just seen this screenshot, the ball's out, you'd be hard pressed to tell me that this guy broke the pass up.
6 yards away? No, I'd be thinking it's Cooper coming in to lay the boom.
Yeah. So it's just and Keyshawn laid the boom on Cooper, which is hilarious. Right? I mean, it's not hilarious. I was a little scared, I ain't gonna lie, but again, watch him drive on the ball. There's Gary coming in.
Micah wants a guard over. I mean, look at that O-line. Just watch the O-line. That sequence, man. They're just like, please, somebody. The center's like, what do we do, dude? What are we doing?
Yeah, no doubt. And it's just, again, everybody focused on Micah and they forget about Gary, right?
Yep.
Just cool. Really, really cool. So get a pressure from Gary. Obviously, it was really manufactured by Micah. So again,
I live in 3-3-5, Clay. I had 6 picks earlier against a user. Come on now.
Oh, my man. Spamming the 3-3-5. I like the 3-3-5 too. Pretty good against the run in college football.
It is.
Yeah. All right, next play, second quarter, 12:49 left. Arizona's leading 3-0. This is a 2nd and 4 play from their own 26-yard line. This is Josh Jacobs' 10-yard run. All right, and really, really love this play design. I don't think I've ever said this on Chalk Talk where we've got a Y-orbit swing RPO. All right, now let me explain what all that means real quick. So we're going 11 gun nasty, dubs right, Y-orbit swing, 21 RPO, and it's going to be the swing to the Y. So orbit motion is when a player motions behind the quarterback. So the Y, Tucker Kraft, is going to orbit around and set up a swing pass. These guys are going out to block. This guy, think Matthew Golden, going out to block. Everybody else is run blocking, right? Everybody's run blocking. So 21 is going to be an A-gap left run design here, okay? So we're going 21 RPO. So what RPO means is run pass option, for those of you who don't know. So what Jordan's going to do is he's going to have to decide, do I want to run the ball, right, hand the ball off to the running back, or do I want to throw it to the swing? It's a run pass option, okay? And it's just a really cool play design. Check it out, Emilio. Look, have you ever seen him do this? Because I haven't.
No,
It's the
not from
wide
the wing,
open.
right? I mean, he's basically 2-point stance right next to the tackle. That's like a wing. That's like a wing T play right there, right? Where you're bringing the wing in motion. That's normally a wide receiver or running back, though.
Absolutely. So, and listen, Jordan probably could have thrown it out to Tucker Kraft.
I was just going to say, I like the hat count. I do like the hat count right now.
Yeah. So, and again, what we're talking about here, guys, is like, look at this. You've got 1-on-1 and nobody accounting for the Y other than this backer who's going to drive on it. But I love that probably what Jordan read is this backer right here, right? Yeah. He sees him going towards Tucker. Let's just hand the rock off and let our boy Josh Jacobs do his thing. Hell of a run, running through arm tackles, right? 10-yard gain. Love to see that picked up on a 2nd and 4. And again, you can play that conservative, Emilio, when it's a 2nd and 4. Mm-hmm. If it's a 2nd and 8, you might try to throw the pass because you're a little bit behind schedule, right? So, again, here's the box cam look at it. Love what they did here. And look at our boy. Look at Aaron Banks.
Mm-hmm.
Digging him out, right? Driving him out of there. Look at Rashid getting out here to the next level. Josh Jacobs says, don't worry about this cat. I'll take care of him. I'm just going to run right through that. Get out of here, boy. Right?
And the Buddha was the one that was going to break on Tucker. And then you also see number 2. That was the linebacker that was supposed to be on Josh the whole time. Mm-hmm. And Josh just makes him miss.
Yep. And I love Jordan selling that pump. See him selling it right there, just trying to hold him as long as he can.
Yep.
So
you put that edge in a pickle, you take him right out of the play, and you got to have him make a decision at the same time.
Absolutely. All right, so that 10-yard run is an explosive play. You guys know when you hit an explosive, it triples your chances of scoring on that drive. So that would lead to a Green Bay field goal. Now it's 3-3. You had a Parsons sack. I want to mention one of his sacks happened after that play, but it was the hip drop tackle. So we got a penalty for it. So I thought, there ain't no sense in showing it. Right?
There should have been 4, right?
Right. And then another play that didn't make the cut that I wanted to mention because I didn't want y'all to think I'm letting Hobbs off the hook here, but Brissett, 23 yards to Harrison on Hobbs. That led to Arizona's field goal, which put them up 6-3. Okay, so now we're at 6-3. Second quarter, 2:06 left. Arizona's leading 6-3. This is a 2nd and 15 play from their own 24-yard line. And look who rises to the occasion, Emilio. Again, this is Quay Walker having one of his best games. It's going to be a Quay Walker sack. So, again, what is the play called? Nickel 4-2-5. We're going coffee house. It's a little late, but you'll see Quay creep up here. Coffee house is what some people hear double barrel, double A-gap mug. It's when you get the 2 stack backers in the A-gap and you're showing a 6-man front. And typically you'll drop somebody out, right? So coffee, nickel 4-2-5, coffee house, cover 2 invert again, okay? So again, at the bottom, going to be an invert look here.
Just half, right? Cover 2 invert half, right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. And also keep this in mind. So it's going to be a wheel fire. Let's identify the wheel. There's the strong side. That makes Coop the mock, which means Quay is the wheel. So the wheel is going to fire on a blitz. And 52 drop, what does that mean? Rashawn Gary is going to take the place of Quay so Quay can blitz here. Rashawn Gary is actually going to drop into coverage. So again, nickel 4-2-5, coffee house, cover 2 invert, 52 drop, wheel fire. And again, this is Quay Walker is going to get picked up by the running back. The running back's going to bear hug him, hold him, no penalty. Surprise, surprise.
Right.
And Quay's like, you know what? I'm just going to tackle you and the quarterback. This is an unbelievable play by Quay. Watch him take the running back right into the quarterback, just drive, and tackle them both. Look at this madman right here, dude. That is awesome. So, again, let's see if that was a half invert or not, Emilio, since you asked. So, to me, it looks like it is. You'll notice the safety. I'm pretty sure right here what you're going to see is X, deep half, and then down here, deep half. Everybody else is just going to kind of hang out underneath, drop out underneath, 52 drop out underneath, and hang out underneath, right? So you've essentially got 2 deep, right? Cover 2, half invert. Does that make sense?
Yep. No, definitely, because Coop would probably have to carry the 3, so he's probably keeping an eye on McBride right there. He's got to carry him vertically. See how he's carrying him all the way up the field? So that's still the Tampa 2 look, but you're mugging at the line of scrimmage. You brought 4. So this is back to last year when we were at sim pressure.
Bingo.
You're bringing 4. What 4 are coming, right? That's exactly what you're trying to get past.
Yeah. And as an offense, see, they've already set their protection. Now look at Quay creep up. Now you got your coffee house, right? So their protection's already set. Who are they going to block? So the tackle's got to be thinking of Gary. Yep. Guard's got to be thinking here. Center's got to be thinking here. This guard's going, well, crap. He's got all the leverage on me on the inside. Tackle here. There is no chip because you got all that space out here, right? That's one bad thing about flexing that tight end.
There's a wide 9 out there outside of McBride, right? There's somebody standing out there.
Yep. So, yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so you got a double wide 9. So again,
Mike is out there on the right.
Yeah, and if that's the blocking scheme and 52 drops out, let's see what the left tackle does. Maybe he doesn't take the bait. Maybe he don't take the cheese here. Let's see. Oh, see, all right, he handled it pretty good. But look, by doing that,
63 is just my.
Look, both of them. What the hell are they doing?
There's nobody within 3 yards of each of them, and they're just like, this could be bad.
And what's great is look at Quay. This is the perfect angle. Look how he's being held by the shoulder pads, right? And watch him just drive. No, it ain't happening, buddy. You're going down. Micah got there too. Love it, man. Again, watch the rush one more time. And look at Carl eating that double team. You love to see that, right? That's what that one tech does. That's what Kenny did last year all year for us, right?
Yep.
And then you see Brinson getting out wide and taking that tackle right back into the pocket too. That's a pretty good rep by Brinson. Look at that. That's good athleticism, man.
Yeah, he held the guard for a sec, got outside to the tackle, engaged him, didn't let anybody, you work 2 people at once. You let Quay go one-on-one with the back. I like that 95% of the time.
Essentially what you get is your 2 defensive tackles are occupying double teams, which means one-on-one, right? There you go. I'm with you, man. The simulated pressure is nice. And good call on that Tampa 2. That was a Tampa 2 look. I missed that. So he was definitely carrying the 3 down the seam. So, all right. So there you go. There's a Quay Walker sack. Now, listen, some people look at that and go, Quay didn't do nothing special. He just ran straight up the field and beat a running back. Okay, I got you. Keep being negative. I thought it was a hell of a play. I thought it was good athleticism. So I had some people saying that to me online. But, all right, second quarter, 2 minutes left. Arizona's leading 6-3. This is 3rd and 23 from their own 16-yard line. This is going to be a boo-boo, okay? This is a negative play, but I want to break it down and see what went wrong. So, again, this is Brissett to Zay Jones for 43 yards. We are in a nickel 4-2-5. This is not Coffee House. I did not put the play on here, so we're going to fly blind here. This is the same. I just left the text
nickel 4-2-5.
Yeah. All right, so we're definitely in the nickel 4-2-5, right? There's Quay and our boy Coop. So let's see what happens here. I want to say, let's see if we can pick out what this play is. All right, so you see the safety drifting, right? So it's at least a half. The other safety's off screen right now, so it probably is a cover 2 look, right? That's what it's looking like. So you see Keyshawn's flat-footed.
Quay is already backpedaling.
Yep. So, yeah, he's probably taking the seam in the Tampa look, right? Yep. That's what it looks like. So Key's playing underneath where he's supposed to be. This looks like a Tampa 2 look.
That is a deep Tampa 2. I mean, because they're what's 3rd and 23, right? So you're basically where Key and Hobbs are hard flats, but they're hard flats right now at the beginning of the 10-yard of the first down sticks. There's still 10 more yards behind them.
And what Brissett's reading here is, do I hit the seam and hit the base, or do I go for the bunker, the hole shot, right? Well, as soon as he reads this safety closer to the hash than the sideline, he knows we're going to go right over top of Key. It's easy to look at that and go, what's Keyshawn doing? Keyshawn was running his assignment.
Yeah.
Right? Keyshawn played it perfect. Listen, sometimes the other team just makes a good play. And look how close he was to making that play, right? Yeah. He being Evan Williams.
And that's what Matt was talking about. Sometimes when you're calling plays and rolling the dice, sometimes they just call a play that beats your play call, right? And Keyshawn was looking at the underneath routes. At some point they had you had 2 flare outs that are nobody's within 15 yards. Yeah, you're going to want to go up and make a tackle. So I mean, I get that he can't follow that dude all the way back. That's not really a coverage, right? You could run it, but you just don't see it.
And the other thing worth mentioning too, Brissett maybe doesn't try to thread that needle if Baron Sorrell isn't offsides.
Yeah,
they caught him offsides here, right? So it's almost like a free play. Okay, the flag hits the ground. Let's just chuck this thing up, right? Take a shot here. It just so happened to be the perfect read too. And Evan, so close. Look at that. I mean, he is right there. So, again, I don't look at that like Evan Williams gets a negative mark or Keyshawn gets a negative mark. That's a soft spot. When you run a cover 2 defense, you got the base down the seam, and the hole shots are the bunkers on the sidelines, right? Over top of the curl flat, underneath the deep half zone. But when they run a Tampa 2, I feel like Evan should cheat a little bit more to the sideline, right? Because you've got that backer running down the seam. So I kind of feel like if there's any blame to be had there, it's Evan. But at the same time, he played his assignment and he almost made the play you could see here.
And it could be part of his sugar pre-snap is how far inside he wants to be, if they want the safeties pinched or not. Yeah, that's a tough one. But like you said, probably wouldn't have happened if we didn't jump off sides. And those are the ones you can control. Pre-snap penalties we can control. That's something that Matt has been harking on. I've been all about it, since the start. But if we can stop pre-snaps, I really don't care if we get a couple in between. We just can't get beat mentally.
Yeah. All right. So up next, we've got second quarter, 19 seconds left. Arizona still leading 6-3. It's a 3rd and 4 play from Green Bay's 15-yard line. This is the Brissett touchdown to McBride. Okay. And that's going to obviously extend the lead to 13-3. But I think what the play call here is nickel 3-3-5. We're going joker 1. So again, you got the joker here, right? You got your 3 down linemen. Okay. And I think it's cover 4 match, Emilio, which basically means if and then the 1 goes vertical, it becomes man coverage, right? The 2 goes vert, that becomes man coverage, right? If this 2 goes vert, that becomes man coverage. Yep. And then the same thing out here, right? So it's basically a palms or a cover 4 match is what I've always called it. Now, let's see who's to blame here, because it's going to go to McBride, who's the 2 on the right. Ball snap, okay? Now, who picks him up? Look at I think Keyshawn realizes,
Yep.
Right. Now, again, if the 2 goes vert or outside, I'm sorry, the 1 goes vert or outside, it's if and then. If this guy goes vert or outside, this becomes man coverage in a cover 4 match, right? Instead, he bends inside. Guess what? That becomes the match now, okay? So you've got to be very, very fluid. Keep your eyes on the quarterback while keeping your eyes on the work too. And if this guy breaks out, you got to know you're picking him up. I know without a shadow of a doubt, the assignment was not for him to carry the 2 because there's too many bodies back here, right? So to me, it looks like Keyshawn gets caught peeking right here, right? And now he knows, oh, crap, because watch him immediately turn like, well, yeah. So I put it on Key there. So I think it was cover 4 match. What do you think, man? Is that what you're seeing?
Absolutely, because the way he carries him when he's so 9, whoever that was, sets him outside right there at the 6, do a little corner post move, and it baited Keyshawn. That was it. I mean, it's and he ran a nice shallow corner after the fact. So once he got shoved by Bull, I think that's Bull. He just got flat, said, I'm open. Because he was looking at Keyshawn as well, and it's over. There's nothing else you can do. I think that, just a little bit of miscommunication, one that you're going to, Key wants to have back. But again, look at the top of the screen now at the same time. They got the same sort of thing going. He doesn't get shoved until he doesn't even get shoved. But that outside corner as well, Hobbs carried that inside route as well. So you that out was late, open late as well.
Yeah. So yeah, it was one of those mirror plays for sure, right? Where you had a kind of a post, you had a double post, and then a double out corner, whatever you want to call it. And I think it was a choice route. Obviously, find the depth you need, right? And Hobbs played it much better than Key, right? Like you see, Hobbs is kind of on it there, right?
Yeah, he got all the way turned around.
Yeah, exactly.
But same thing happened. I think that was the one against Marvin that Hobbs had, where he got completely spun around, and Marvin hit him on that deep out.
And people were online going, "What's Cooper doing? Why ain't he back there?" Wasn't his assignment.
He got vertical though. Just got Hobbs.
All right, so there you go. So you're seeing Keyshawn kind of had a little bit of a rough day, right?
Yeah,
that's what we're seeing so far. So,
and it was just a good play call against 4. I mean, yeah, it wasn't. You were technically in the right spot, but once you're matching, where's your depth pickup? When are you carrying and all that?
Yeah, I love that they have Carl Brooks out here in a wide 9 too. Pretty cool, right? And you got Gary opposite side. You got Brinson playing the nose, and then of course you got the Joker 1 there with Micah. Let's see if the pass rush was effective here. Look at Gary dipping right there, getting held a little bit. He didn't rip. I guess you could call that a rip, but look at him getting held right there, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's all over it too. So again, the ball just came out quick. So it's definitely on Key there. Negative mark for Key. It is what it is. You can see everybody kind of looked at Key like, yeah, he knows. He knows.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. All right, let's move it along. Second quarter. I love this play, by the way, Emilio. This was absolutely awesome. Second quarter, 7 seconds left. All right. So you're still within the middle eight. They just scored 7 points, right? So they're leading the middle eight 7-0. And Arizona's leading 13-3. 1st and 10 play from your own 35-yard line. It's like, there's no way you're going to get field goal range here, right? Like, this is going to be tough. Now, in the past, I've been critical because we've been aggressive in a situation like this.
Mm-hmm.
You turn the ball over and they end up getting points again, right? And it's cost you the middle eight before in the turnover differential. In this case, though, this is Love to Dobbs for 22 yards, and it's going to lead to the field goal to make it 13-6, which closed the gap on the middle eight 7-3. Let's talk about the play call. 11 gun nasty, Dubs right, F cheat to Trey, switch crossers, F wheel, Y leak, T swing. All right. See if we can figure out what all that means. So 11 gun, Dubs right. Okay. So we're going Dubs, right? Strong. When I say Dubs right, it means strong side right. That means the tight end's on the right side. Okay. Rather than saying strong right, they did a little shuffle there, trying to read, is it man coverage, is it zone? They can out. All right. So they're going to the second play. Here comes the F in motion. So now they're motioning over to Trey, which is a 3-by-1 set, one of which is the tight end, right? So you got 1, 2, 3 targets, makes Dobbs the X. So now the play call, once they're set here on the cheat motion, is switch crossers, okay? So what's going to happen is you're going to have crossers play here where you're going to have underneath. Actually, it's going to be over the top a little bit more. I apologize. More like that, okay? And then they're going to switch off that side. The F is going to run a wheel route. So what Matthew Golden's going to do with a full head of steam is just going to run a wheel route down the sideline, okay? And then you're going to have the Y is going to chip. I think this is the one where he chips the hell out of this guy and then leaks out in the flat. This is where he hits him in the thigh. And then there's your crosser concept. And then, of course, you got the T swing, okay? So, again, the play call is 11 gun, nasty. Everybody's in the nasty splits, what that means. Dubs right, F cheat to Trey, switch crossers, F wheel, Y leak, flat, and a T swing off the backside, right? So we're going to look for Romeo Dobbs here. Look at him. Again, they played a lot of man coverage. They play a lot of 3-deep looks too. They're playing that 3-deep penny is what they call it. You guys remember last year going into the year, I try to find something before each year and go, okay, what's the new trend in the NFL? Pistol was big 2 years ago. And then last year I said, look for more 3-deep safety looks. It is just a prevent defense. If you go and look at the analytics, you go watch the tape, the All-22 on Arizona, they run a lot of 3-deep penny looks, okay? So, again, when you're in that 3-deep look, though, that's like taking Mountain Dew from a baby right there. I mean, look at all that space right here, man. I mean,
3 deep man underneath. I mean, that is the go-to prevent right there. And you just didn't match up. You got turned inside. You got no help until over the top. So it's –
yeah, good play call too, man. I love the crosser concept. Maybe you can shake something loose. This is exactly what LaFleur was trying to do. And the read is going to be, guys, read the crossers. Who has the leverage, right? Mm-hmm. So when the crossers break loose, who has the best leverage? To me, it's definitely Romeo Dobbs. Got a little bit more separation, right? The ball's already out.
I just caught the ball.
And listen, when you need a play, when the game's on the line, think play or not play, that player is typically Romeo Dobbs for Jordan Love. So that gets you in field goal range, man. That's a huge play, Emilio. Mm-hmm. 7 seconds left, and then you get down there just in time to get a field goal. And then
canned beforehand. Right. Then you bring Matthew Golden in motion. That's a telltale right there that you're in man for him. All right, perfect. I like Rome's matchup. Boom. Look at that missile.
Oh, yeah, it's a perfect throw, man. And then Rome getting upfield for another 3 or 4 yards. Wasn't that the 61-yarder, Emilio?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So imagine if Romeo just catches that ball and gets on the ground, guys, and doesn't take this hit. Imagine if he goes down right now. Yep. Probably don't hit that kick, you know? I mean, it's a decent chance you don't, but he picked up another 2-3 yards there. That mattered on that field goal. So huge play there in the middle eight for sure. So, again, that now makes the score 13-6. Let's come out in the third quarter, 11:51 left. You're in the middle eight, right? This is Arizona leading 13-6, 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. This, I think, is the most important play of the game. This is Rashawn Gary strap. All right. This is the strip sack here. All right. We're in a 4-3 over. All right. and they're going to run a TE, and it's going to come off the bottom. We're in a cover 3 sky is what I think of it. I think you got deep third, deep third, deep third, right? That's what I think we're in here. Now, with the TE, well, first of all, the 4-3, I've noticed this a lot too. This is the strong side of the formation, right? We always say Isaiah McDuffie is a Sam. Look where he's at on this side. He's a Will on this particular play. Kind of interesting, right? Just something to keep an eye on, right? So you're playing your boy Adrian Cooper in the Sam in this situation. I think they're doing that because Trey McBride was that Tuesday player. They want the athleticism of Adrian Cooper on Trey McBride if you find yourself in a man situation, or in this case, maybe something where they're trying to work underneath. But nonetheless, this TE is real simple. These guys are going to break out. Gary's going to jab and loop back around. All right. So I love this TE for Rashawn Gary. You're going to see Jacoby Brissett try to step up in the pocket, ball snap. Watch those guys work to the left. Now look at Gary coming back. Brissett thinks, okay, I got to scramble here, right? Got to make something happen. Yep. Now I'm gonna dump it off. Look at Gary. Just, oh my God, dude. Bang, ball out. That's your only turnover of the game. Happened in the middle 8. Won you the turnover differential, and also kept them from scoring points in an extended middle 8. And the very next drive you end up scoring on, which we'll talk about in a second. But watch Gary here, man. This is beautiful. Sell it outside, get back in. Boom.
And Gary's sitting over 2 tight ends there. The tackle's got all the time in the world. He's backpedaling, ready to catch him. Gary puts his foot in the ground, and he is in no man's land. He is, oh, no.
Nothing he can do, man.
Yeah.
Nothing he can do. So great play call, great execution. And again, with Micah over here, Micah's getting double teamed. Look at Kobe Wooden win around.
Him just beat him like a drum. See ya.
Yeah.
That scramble doesn't happen. Like you were about to say, that scramble doesn't happen without Wooden doing that swim move and pressure up the middle of the pocket.
Absolutely. Coverage looks good too. You see everybody back there, Quay looking sound.
Like right? Getting doubled.
Yep. And Gary just taking care of business, man. Love to see it. And again, Evan Williams recovering the fumble. Boy, he's just always around the freaking ball, man.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's your only turnover of the game. Huge play by Rashawn Gary. All right, let's fast forward. Third quarter, 11 minutes left. Arizona still leading 13-6. This is a 2nd and 8 play at Arizona's 42-yard line. This is Love to Dobbs for 18 yards. The play call is 12 ace nasty, Trey left, Y flex cheat to H, 23 fake USIF curls, Y leak flat. I don't know what none of that means, to be honest with you. Let's see if we can figure it out real quick. But so what you've got is a 12 ace nasty, Trey left, the Y is flexed, but now he's going to cheat to the H position. Check this out, Emil. He's going to cheat back in, and the ball's going to be snapped right here. So it's almost like he's in an H back row, right? So when he cheats back in, it's going to be a U sift. So as the Y cheats in, he's going to end up blocking, and then he's going to leak out in the flat. All right. The U Musgrave is going to sift over and actually stay in and block. Okay. And then you got the 23 fake, which is obviously it's going to be a run fake, B gap left, right? And then let's draw out now the curls. So you're going to go curls, which I think they were choice curls. So once you bring the motion over, essentially what you're going to do here is you're going to allow them to play off the leverage of the cornerbacks, all right? So when he comes over, Matthew Golden's going to really stretch this thing out way upfield and then come back on a curl, right? And then Dobby is going to go a little bit more shallow right in here somewhere, probably a little bit deeper than that. But again, it's just a curls play is all it is, right? So you see everybody kind of work it, look at the sift, and that was the play with Tucker. What Tucker come out, man? Bang. And then he gets up and gets in the route. And then Dobby, that's a tight window. Again, you need a play right here. Who's he looking at? Romeo Dobbs. Bang. Hands catch. Beautiful play. You see what I was saying with Golden? It's like Golden took his a little bit deeper. Like he didn't get that guy to commit the way he wanted him to.
Yeah.
He really did commit. He was trying to get him to flip his hips. He never did. Dobby just said, heck with it. I'll play it in the phone booth here.
Yeah, and it looked like, Matthew really tried to get him to turn his hips going outside. The dude sat on it super well. So it was Max, I think, right there, sat on that really well and just didn't give him a chance. Yeah, 2 deep curls, and then you got your flat route after a sift block. Not a lot of options there. Glad Jordan made it quick. Looked like he looked at Matthew, didn't like it. Mm-hmm. All right, back to Rome. See, I can see his numbers. I'm spinning that thing.
Yeah. Again, it's just a really good play call design, too. You only got 3 in the route. You got 4 in the route after the leak, right? Because you get the T swing off the play action. And Jordan literally went the only place you can go with the football, man.
Yeah, there was nothing else there. I mean, at that point, he was almost ready to run because Matthew Golden just didn't get open on that one. Right, maybe right there, but I think Jordan was looking for him to cut it before the 30, and he didn't like where Max was, so he kept going.
Yeah, let's watch Jordan's strap on his helmet here. See if he looks the Golden here first.
Right here.
Yeah, too long. All right, let me just go to Dobby. Yep, I think you're right. Should have broke it off sooner, right? And that's the things you're going to learn. He's going to learn. Matthew Golden's going to learn that. So, again, I think he was expecting him to flip his hips because of his speed and then chop it down, and it just never happened. It developed way too late. So, thank God for Dobby, though, man. Hell of a play. 17, what was it say? 17 yards? 18 yards there. So, all right, next play, third quarter, 10:36 left. So, we're officially out of the middle 8, but this is leading up to that touchdown we talked about, was like borderline middle 8. Third quarter, 10:36 left. Arizona leading 13-6. First and 10 play at Arizona's 24-yard line. This is Jordan Love to Matthew Golden for 17 yards. The play call is 12 ace nasty. This is 2 different plays, Emilio. 2 plays where they're borderline explosive. They were explosive plays, right? Yeah, explosive plays in the passing game where you're doing it out of 12. Pretty cool, right? They actually pressed into 12, and it was successful against Arizona. Now, why do you do that? Again, they play a lot of 3-deep penny, right? And whether they're in penny or not, what they're probably going to be doing is still playing conceptually the same way. What they're wanting to do with the 3-deep penny is get speed on the field all the way across the field, right? So then you counter it with a little 12, right? And you try to force them out of that. That's probably the reason the run game was a little more effective as well. So 12 ace nasty, Trey right, Z cheat to stack left, X out, ZU mesh, Y cross corner, T swing. All right. So again, we're going to motion here. The Z is going to cheat over. All right. So now we're in a stack left look. What's that mean? It means the 2 receivers are stacked up here. It's kind of a twin left look, and you got your 2 tight ends on this side of the field. All right, now let's talk about what the play is. The X in Romeo is going to run an out route, I believe. All right, so he's going to go out here and run an out route. All right, and then you're going to have a ZU mesh. All right, ZU mesh. So the Z is Matthew Golden out of the 12 personnel, and what we're talking about with mesh is a shallow drag / shallow crosser, and it's designed to get these guys picked off in man coverage. You want them to run into each other, essentially. You're trying to set a pick there. And then the Y, actually it's this. I'm sorry. I got them crossed up. Let me do this again. I apologize. Here, right? And then you got that's Romeo running that. And you got Matthew Golden on the shallow, and it's going to be the U is going to run it, right? So there's your U, and then your Y is going to – I probably did have it right. The Y is going to run a cross corner, okay? So he's looking to kind of set up a climb route and then come back is what he's going to do, right? Love the play call because you get Jordan, read it down low. If you get the proper leverage, if you had inside leverage, you just hammer the out route to Romeo, right? But you could see this corner is playing outside shoulder.
Yep.
So you're already off of that look. Now you're going to the mesh and the cross corner. You're probably reading it. Once the out is off the table, you're probably looking at the U first, come back with your side adjustment to the cross corner, and then your check down is going to go to Matthew Golden if you need it. And of course, you got the T swing. If things really break down, you can just swing it out to the left. All right. But they're going to hit Matthew Golden here. Watch him torch. Watch Agent Zero right here, man. And look at our boy. If he doesn't dip this shoulder right here, now I think that's Fitzpatrick, I believe, if I remember correctly. If he doesn't dip that shoulder right there, and he hits that guy, he's not showing, hey, I'm not trying to make contact. He may get flagged there, right? I love the fact that he dipped as the corner squares up, right? And it's just on time, in rhythm. So that was actually – so Musgrave was on the field. So Tucker Kraft wasn't even on the field. Or is that Tucker right there? It's kind of hard to tell. That might be Tucker.
Actually, I think that was Tuck.
Yeah, so that was Tuck.
Because that's Musgrave right there running that corner.
And I love Musgrave on that cross corner, right, with the athleticism, the frame. I love
it. And me looking at that, Clay, I think I would probably be looking at Tuck first on that crosser because at that same once you read that outside there, look at Tuck at first because what's that corner doing? That's going to tell you if that post corner's open, and then if not, you're right. Work down Golden because it's one of those where meshes. It's either open off the rip, right? Right as the play snap. If nobody's on him. No, the linebacker's there, not there. I got to wait for the second, third window on that mesh mesh route.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's definitely the read. Like if you were to go through this like a true progression, you would go one pre-snap. It's not going to be there because you got outside leverage, right? And then you're going to go 2 on the first shallow, and then you're going 3 here, right, and then 4 here. So
and on that 2, you're looking at that corner sitting on the 23 or whatever, or the 17, saying, is he coming down? Is he coming down to the line of scrimmage? No, he's carrying. Okay, underneath is going to be naked on that cross or on that mesh if I don't, need to hit him right away.
Jordan starts his throwing motion before Matthew Golden even clears. Look, he's already thrown it.
Yep.
Boom. Beautiful play. Beautiful play. And then Musgrave getting out there too. So, again, I just love the play call there. I love the design. Let's watch the protection here. Let's see how Jordan handles the pressure real quick. Ball snap. Nah, we're looking good. Yeah, perfect arm angle. Boom.
Jordan Morgan was holding his own there. I mean, the guy was trying to go every which way on him that time.
Let's see. Let's take a look real quick. I had a lot of people comment on Twitter saying Jordan Morgan looked like he had a good game.
Started on the outside shoulder. Tries to come across his face. No, sir. Stay with him. Stay on him. Come on.
That's a great rep, man.
Stay in front of him, man.
I know PFF didn't think too highly of him in this game, but everything I seen on tape, I thought he looked okay. I didn't key on him all the time, but anyway. All right, next play. So, again, you're outside of the middle 8. This is 9:47 left in the third quarter. Again, it's kind of borderline middle 8. First and goal, Arizona 7. Josh Jacobs, 7-yard touchdown run. This is what's going to tie the game up 13-13. We got a 12-gun nasty twin left. It's real simple, guys. 21 duo. This is designed to go A-gap left, and what we're looking to do is get double teams, right? Double, and I'd say you'll probably get a double here, right? And then looking to press out here as I imagine how it was. But again, it's duo, means double, vertical power. Watch our boy Josh Jacobs. It's going A-gap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen, they held the ground pretty good, didn't they? Watch him. Whoop. Gone. Bro, look how many defenders. And none of them were faked out. You know what I'm saying? Like, This is just athleticism. Look, they're all looking at him. Everybody's got eyes on him. And he just beats them to the pylon. Look at that, bro. Love it. That's acceleration.
I love when you're so fast you don't need to change which hand you're getting it, because you're getting it handed off to you, right? You want the ball on the outside shoulder. You know what? Screw it. It's in my strong hand. I'll be all right.
Look at that cut, dude. Bang, he's gone.
See ya.
Great.
B-line.
I love Romeo right here. Watch Romeo. There it is.
The cat feeling good.
Let me get a cough drop. I thought we were doing good, man. All right. Again, Romeo cracks me up, and like Ryan said on his podcast, it's so much. I don't know, so much more humorous. It makes it funny because the helmet looks so ridiculous on Romeo when he dances and stuff. It's like a big bobblehead out there. You're just looking around. Love it. All right. Next play. We got a boo-boo here. You ready? Let's take our medicine. Third quarter, 6:58 left, 13-13 tie. 3rd and 14 play at their own 41-yard line. This is Brissett to Marvin Harrison for 35 yards, all right? I think we're in a nickel 4-2-5. We're going to go Will Muggs. You see the Will backer mugging, right? Mm-hmm. I think it's cover 3 robber, all right? And then X-lock mod is what I'm thinking. And listen, it's cover 1 robber is typically the term. I wanted to make sure people knew. It should have been cover 3 buzz. I apologize. Cover 3 buzz. He's going to buzz down into the box at the hook curl, okay? Now, I think it's mod or what we call X-lock. I think this is true man coverage here, okay? And everything else is traditional cover 3. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if anybody breaks out on a wheel route or whatever, then this robber is going to have to pick up that wheel route as he breaks out. You know what I'm saying? And what I want you to key in on, the reason I think this is straight man coverage. And this does look like a little cover 3, not robber, but cover 3 buzz. See what I'm saying? Everybody else is kind of in zone. Everybody's in zone. But look at Nate Hobbs. So it could be match. It could be like a press match, right? But everybody else in zone. And you see Quay doesn't run with him, so he lets McKinney pick him up. And I don't feel like this is match here. I just feel like he knows he's got a deep third. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and we used to call it rabbit when you got one person you're trying to man up, or when you're playing Madden or whatever, you got the cover 6 Willie where you can get a corner and a backer playing man and everybody else playing zone. But this was what I was going to mention. I'm glad I had it saved here. Biz 1987 said, Wes mentioned Hobbs had some mix-ups on coverage with the rest of the team. Hopefully that was one of the issues he can improve on. I think this was one of those plays, Clay. I think he actually got the wrong information or play call into him on his side. And you go to your matchup when you're press man on one side and not on the other. Yep. You take your chances over there.
So now that we have that information, it's why we always say we're not in the meeting room, right? But since you said Wes Hodkowitz, is that right?
Yeah, Wes was saying that.
Since Wes Hod said that, I'm sure you heard information that's accurate. So what this tells us is this was not supposed to be mod. Mod is man on demand, guys. And some people call it X lock, Z lock, 3 lock, whatever. Mm-hmm. And the goal is if you've got a target on a team where in a specific situation, specific formation set, whatever you want to call it, if they go to a player most of the time, hey, let's just put a lock on him. Let's play press man on him. Everybody else play his own defense. So in this case, it's not that. It was miscommunication. So what it tells me is Nate Hobbs thought they were playing cover 1 man and everybody else is playing cover 3 buzz.
Right. So and it could be cover 3 lock, no problem. Evan Williams needs to cover that deep third, though. The way he's buzzed, you can run cover 3 lock and put it on one guy if you want it to be the X outside or the Z, whatever. It doesn't always have to be the slot or the tight end. But Evan Williams is that telltale of there's no way that's cover 3 lock because you're not leaving a deep third of the field wide open like that.
Makes sense. Definitely makes sense. So again, that's Nate Hobbs just getting kind of beat there, man. That's a tough rep. So that's the big double negative. You get in the meeting room, you get graded on 3 different things, guys, from a coaching standpoint. Coach Lynn, let me know if this is correct how y'all do things. Typically, when you're in the film room, you get graded on basically, are you in the right place at the right time? You get graded on your scheme, right? Like your awareness. I'm trying to think of the right word. Are you in the right place? Did you play your assignment correctly, right? Did you play it, right? So you've got that aspect. You've got effort. And then, of course, you've got basically execution, right? So in this case, effort wasn't a problem, but he got the play wrong and the execution was bad, right? Mm-hmm. Effort was good. So, yeah.
And especially after you got beat on a 15-yard out route earlier in the game by Marvin Harrison, Hobbs probably wants his number back again. You got to have a little edge to play corner there, and I think that he just said, "All right, I'm going to man this man. He's not going to get another one," and it happened, right?
Yeah, definitely. So negative on Hobbs, and he's still about recovered there, right? I mean, he almost makes the play. If he bats that ball down, we're not even talking about it. Don't even make chalk talk. Yeah, well, maybe it does. Maybe it does, and we're going, man, I guess they locked him up. You know what I mean? You don't really know unless you're in the meetings. But Coach Lynn agrees, though, right? It looked like everybody was cover 3 except for Hobbs. So it's just like when an offensive lineman gets called for a false start. When you're the only guy that moves, probably the one that got it wrong, right? Yep. So, all right, let's move along to the next play. The voice is starting to go quick, boys. Third quarter, 4:17 left, 13-13 tie, 2nd and 10 at Green Bay's 12-yard line. This is the Brissett to McBride touchdown. I think this was another miscommunication. I want to get your take on it, Emilio. Tell me what you see. I've got nickel 4-2-5, and I said, is it quarters? They ran a lot of quarters, a lot of palms, whatever you want to call it. Zone match, right? Cover 4 zone match. Yep. Is it zone match? Because they, that's kind of what it looks like. Or are they playing cover 1 rat and the rat defender did not go with his assignment underneath? If it crosses the face, sometimes you'll drop that guy off. But look right here. Everybody else seems to know what they're doing, right? It looks like everybody's kind of man up, and you got a deep safety. So it could be another 2-man under look too, right? And you got our boy Keyshawn is out here kind of waiting for somebody to enter his zone, right? Or pick up and match. So there's nobody there. So what's that tell you, Emilio? If everyone else seems to be man up, deep safe, right? Watch Cooper. Crap. Snaps that head around, right? So to me, either Quay wasn't supposed to carry this guy and he was supposed to play rat, because you'll notice Coop is kind of looking toward Quay. And what I mean by rat, guys, if it's a double rat call, this is Nick Saban 101. These guys are playing both double rat underneath. What it means is if McBride goes out, this becomes man coverage until he crosses his face. When he crosses his face, then this guy he'll drop him off, and Quay will pick him up. You see what I'm saying? And Quay's looking to pass 3 off here. We don't know the play call. We're not in the meeting room. But you play rat to the sticks until they cross your face. You drop off, let the other defender pick it up. That's essentially a rat defense that Nick Saban runs, and it's a part of that red 2 that they like to run. Red 2 was created in Cleveland, all right, with the Browns. Most people don't know this. Bill Belichick, first head coaching job was the Cleveland Browns. His defensive coordinator was Nick Saban. Nick Saban came over from Michigan State, and they ran a bunch of man coverage. Well, Bill Parcells came from the New York Giants, where they ran all zone. So they mixed together man and zone principles inside the red zone, and it became red 2. And then Nick Saban took that with him. Belichick took that with him, and they both won I about said a bad word.
Yeah.
They both won a crap ton of rings at the college level and the pro level with red 2. Okay. So again, this looks like it might have been double rat. Quay gets caught peeking. Just the way that Edgerrin acts there. You know what I'm saying? Because never at any point did Edgerrin even have a thought that I'm in man coverage on McBride. So it's either you're wrong or you're wrong, right?
Yeah.
How do you see it, man?
Yeah, because run it back just a little bit more. I was looking because it was Bullard that started going in motion, right? With the because the guy ran a wheel route, and so he carried. I want to say it's cover 1 robber, but I think you're right. I think it was double rat, and Quay just carried him too far up. But at that point, if you're Coop, I would almost say, dude, if McBride's right there, I'm more worried about him than I am the running back. Or
Right.
maybe Cooper thought sometimes that corner is responsible for the nub side tight end. Sometimes it would be Key. Oh, look down. Actually, run that back real quick. Watch Key's hand. Watch Key's hand at the beginning of the route, right there.
Yep.
So sometimes that corner is carrying that edge tight end, and he throws a quick hand over to Coop. Hey, bro, I can't get that. You take him. I'll take your running back responsibility.
Yeah.
Miscommunication.
So probably on Coop, right?
I would. That would be my guess. Yeah.
Yeah. And listen, the play was doomed from the start if that's the case, because he never played with inside leverage, right? It just kind of, I don't know what the hell he's doing, to be honest with you.
There was no adjustment in the timing either, right? No bump, no shove, nothing to slow him off. And it's not like McBride ever blocks really ever, right? He's going to chip and maybe a run block here or two, but the dude's not staying in and pass blocking. He's going out on all of their passing routes.
Right. And Coach Lynn says this might actually be a bust on Hobbs. I don't think it is. I originally thought that, Coach, and I'm going to explain why. Look at Hobbs communicating, right? He's letting them know who he's taking here. And like Emilio said, as the motion man comes over, Bullard's going to follow him, which means he's going to pick up the 2, what's going to end up being the 2, right? And now the safety is probably looking to pick up the 3 or Quay. As you see Quay moving over right now with the motion, Quay's going to go with him, and he's going to pick up the 3, right? Yep. So to me,
this looked like that triangle passed him off okay in my eyes.
Here,
yeah,
with safety help, and again, the odd man out with Key pointing in that direction, right? Yeah, I'm with you, Ned. I see what you're saying, because it's all about hat count. Listen, you got two threats on this side of the field, and you got 3 bodies, right? Yeah. You got to know I've got help with 2 on 1. I've got to take that across my face. Got to.
Mm-hmm. Especially being him, the Tuesday player. You know, if he's running past you, I would almost be on his hips just because you got to know where he is.
Yeah, and I thought the same thing, Coach. And listen, I'm not saying I'm right there. I'm just kind of thinking it through in real time. I thought it was on Hobbs. Remember I told y'all earlier today, boy, Hobbs had a rough day. My third pass through, and I started putting chalk talk together. This is one of those plays I was like, I don't think that's on Hobbs. That was a piss poor tackle. Don't get me wrong. It is what it is. But
Coop was wondering maybe he could also be playing half a spy as well.
Could be.
He's spying on Brissett.
Yeah, and again, we're not in the meeting room, right? That could have been the case for sure. This is an interesting look here, right? And you see Xavier McKinney kind of catches it too, like, oh crap, we're in trouble. Like, he's got to help Quay down the seam because he knows the other safety's got to help on the opposite side. And again, he's just running butt naked, and yeah,
that's that. Clay, that's the trips vert right there in
Yes.
with the crosser right there. That is all
Clear it
all
out.
day long. Yeah, all day long.
Look, see, we're going to nerd out for a minute. I'm going to get in trouble. I don't care. This is one of my favorite play calls right here, man. And I'll explain why. Let's get it back to the right one. This read is so good, man. When you get, let's just say they're lined up like this, right?
Yep.
And let's say you go 3 vert, right? You're looking like this, and you're working outside. The beautiful thing about this is if they decide to fire a blitz, you hit that first window so quick, bro. Now, if they're in man coverage like they are here, guess what? Give me that shallow, baby. Give me that drag all day. Yeah. It's so cheese, dude.
And that's even in zone too. It could be man, it could be zone. Doesn't matter. At some point, they got to carry a match unless they're playing straight spot drop and Bull was stopping at that 10 and he's just covering 10 yards around him and he lets the guy run past him. That's candy from a baby right there.
My favorite though is this is like, and the running back's on the right side too, man. You come out in this set, and if you got a light box, you can just go A gap left all day.
Yep.
Just change the play at the line, can to the run, the A to B gap zone, mid zone. You can go duo because look at the hat count here. Not that they would in this situation, but my favorite play call here, Emilio, if you don't can to the run, is what we're talking about, right? That's the key point of it. I like seeing a little go here, a crosser here, and then throw in that slot cross. And what you do is your reads are real simple. Ball snap, you're going to look quick, hot, first window here, and then you're going to read the drag. And if the drag breaks down, look to step up and out of the pocket. And as you're rolling right, you've got 2 options, man. You got this dude on the crosser, and then you can always let it delay, go backside dig, and it can almost be an RPR too. You could just tuck that thing and run if they're in man coverage. Love it. So you got a play call, or you got a run out of it. You got everything out. It's just again, man, when you go tray left, nub right out of the gun with the sidecar same size as the strong side of the formation, you can do so much with it, man. You put defense in absolute bind there. All right. Let's get to the next play.
3 people on that play covering Micah, too. You got the tackle covering him. The running back goes to chip him, and the guard has to play him, man. Crazy.
Yeah. All right, I think pretty much the bad stuff is over, boys. Now we got all nothing but just fun stuff. All right, let's get to it. Third quarter, 3:11 left. All right. Arizona's leading 20-13. It's a 3rd and 3 play from your own 40-yard line. This is Love to Tucker Kraft. When the game's on the line, think play or not play, right? We're going 11 gun. Dubs right. This is just real simple. Why screen, man? You need to play, Emilio. And I've seen people online go, they need to get Tucker Kraft the ball more. I agree. I want Tucker Kraft to get the ball every time. They did in this game. 4th and 2 at the end of the game, you'll see it. What did they do? They went to Tucker. This play right here, it's just a play design for a Y screen. You're just looking to get Tucker the ball with blockers out front here, man. I love this play call. Watch just how simple. Jordan's going to look left, hold the backer. Notice this backer's already cheating to the left, right? Get him out of the box. Dump it to the Y. Look at Zach Tom. Perfect block. Great seal. And now you got room to run. Just a great play call. Real simple.
Yeah, and at the same time, it also allows that edge rusher to say, okay, I'm getting past the tight end, and that tackle's not really guarding me. Oh, I got one now.
Yep. And look at Jordan selling it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've turned my entire body, turned my whole head. This guy thinks he's about to get a blindside shot on Jay Love. But you're putting a lot of faith right now in Jordan Morgan holding Calais Campbell and Elton Jenkins holding whoever 94 is right there. Those are one-on-ones. They have to win long enough to get this playoff.
Yeah. Look left and then just come back. It almost makes it look like a broken play, too, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And then boom. Let Tucker Kraft do the best.
Look at Elton still holds the dude up for long enough and gets down the field. Yeah, he didn't get to a block, but the fact that he was still able to get off and get up.
No doubt. I apologize for the coughing.
Coach saying Kraft is a war daddy. He drinks the working man's Gatorade, Coach.
It's funny you say that, Coach, because we come right back. 14:55 left in the 4th quarter. Arizona still leading 20-13. Later in that drive, 2nd and 6 at Arizona 7. We're going to go to Tucker Kraft on a little RPR action, I believe this is. I don't think I've got it listed as that, but it's something similar here. Yeah, a little fake flat, 21 fake flat. So probably is a little RPR action. It might just be a straight 21 fake, but we're going 12 gun, twins left. All right, so you got your twin set to the left. Here's your 2 tight ends, so you're strong right. When you say twins left out of 12 gun, you know it's strong right. Okay. If we said strong right twin or strong right, 12 gun strong right, then you would know it's twins left as well. You could say it either way. I like to mix and match them as we do multiple chalk talks. That way you hear both versions of it. We're going to go T zipper orbit. All right. So the T is going to motion, zip back, orbit, and then run a play fake. Check that out, bro. So, and then it's going to be a 21. You're going to fake. It's actually going to be a play fake to the A gap, and then he's going to hit the flat. So again, T zipper orbit, 21 fake flat. We're going to go drive, switch flat 7. Okay. So essentially what you're going to have here with this drive concept is kind of a shallow, right? I think that's a drive. Is that drive, Emilio? Or did I get that mixed up?
Yeah. Dig and a cross.
Yep. So you're going to go the one's a dig, the two's a shallow cross or a drag, and then we're going to go switch flat 7. Okay. So this is cool. Switch. They're going to switch spots. Musgrave going to run the 7 route, which is a corner, and then Tucker is going to chip and hit the flat real quick. All right. So again, the play call is 12 gun, twins left, T zipper orbit, 21 fake flat drive, switch flat 7. All right. Love the switch flat 7 concept too with those two big hog mollies over there. Watch this. See the fake. Now it could have been an RPO. I don't think it was though, because Jacobs to me looked like he was ready to get out in the flat, right? And then you see the switch on the other side. Tucker's not that open, boys. But watch him make this play. He's going to make chicken salad out of chicken, you know what. He is not open. And I love Jordan just trust him. Like, just throw him open. Bang, we're in. Defense played pretty good.
Yeah, no, and I just like how we're working craft different ways. You know, earlier in the game we saw that that Y motion where he orbits around. Here you get him. He's in line, goes out, blocks the dude overshading Musgrave. Musgrave shuffles inside, gets kind of one of those stack releases we were talking about through the line, and maybe you forget about him. It's Tucker's our McBride, but we use him like a Tucker, not a McBride, right? We're using him on chips, we're using him on sifts, we're doing all that stuff with him. Eye candy, he's not afraid to be physical. You go up, block the dude still wants to cover you. Okay, if a cornerback's not tackling me, that means an edge rusher is definitely not covering me. And I bet that's his motto.
Yeah. It's unbelievable, man. Like, and again, watch Jordan's response. Watch Jordan. Just focus on Jordan. Look. Watch him flex. Ooh, boy. Did you see a little swag? Like, oh, boy. Because he knew it wasn't even really open. You know, it's just like, that's Tucker, though. Let me just put it out there on his outside shoulder. 85 got this, man.
Yeah. And he would not let a DN cover him. I just don't see that being something that he's going to let happen.
No, ain't going to happen. Just like he won't let the DBs tackle him. Like, I have to run through at least one DB. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so here we go, boys. Now the game is on. 9:50 left in the ball game. 20-20 tie. 3rd and goal. Money is on the table at Green Bay's 10-yard line, and guess who it is? Micah Parsons, baby. We're going to go nickel 4-2-5, TT torch, 2-man under. Emilio, tell me if you think this is 2-man under or not. This don't look like 2-man under, right? There's so much space here. That looks like it's probably a cover 4 match, okay? But you'll notice Hobbs here. I think that's Hobbs. It looks like they're playing kind of trail technique. Focus on the corners, okay? Focus on the coverage. These look like just a deep half to me. Is this 2-man under or is this cover 4 match? Coach Lynn, let me know what you think in the chat too. Don't worry about the pass rush. This looks like trail technique, right? With 2 safeties up top. Is that what it looks like to you?
Yeah.
Kind of weird, right?
And maybe that's just the flexibility that we give the corners, but it's CV the one that's way off the ball there. He's the one that's kind of hanging off back there, no man's land. But again, the dude's got to come to you. If he's just going to run a little bubble route or stand there, smoke screen, fine. But the dude climbing, running right to you, hey, if that's how you want to cover in man, no problem. We just can't let you get beat right away. Because if you're in your hip pocket like that, it's covered for Brissett. I mean, he's not seeing anything. 2 safeties over the top, especially the only thing I'd like to see is whoever that looking at X. Maybe he covered it well. Just maybe split him out a little bit more. But there's 4 dudes on the other side, right? So Evans and that was a great play call.
Yeah, Coach Lynn says he thinks his quarters match. I can see the argument for both, right? I see what you're saying with X. Like X didn't really do a whole lot right there, He may have been schematically sound, but still. Also, look at McDuffie up top. My man, just playing good coverage, dude,
Yeah,
all the
right.
way out, right?
But if that's Isaiah McDuffie,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure 58. Yeah,
so if he's walked all the way out there, that's almost telltale man, right? If you get the linebacker to walk out there with a tight end or a running back, you're fighting.
you would think so. Yeah,
You. But hey, we could always be wrong. Like you said, never know. But you get that. Let's look at the rush. We're wide set, right? Nobody's over the center. Look at them all trying to discuss the closest.
Cheetah alert. There's a cheetah.
Yes, the closest our guys are inside shoulder of the tackle. You're leaving the guard, the center, and the guard in absolute no man's land.
Yeah. And that's what they're talking about right now. He's going, hey, man, I don't know how my big ass is going to get over here to help block anybody. So you're Xing him out of the equation, right? But I think we end up running a torch, though, if I remember right. Let's see. See if they take it to the middle here. Yep. See the torch?
Yep.
A torch. When you guys hear me say torch, guys, it's just a TT stunt. Some people call it a torch. Some people call it a TT. Like if you go ET, right, or TE, a TE stunt, the tackle would go first. The second letter goes second, right? So the tackle first, in second, right, or edge second. With a TT or a torch, these guys are just crossing each other's faces, right? And you could get specific and say, four eye TT. That would tell you the 4 eyes going first. In this case, are both 4 eye essentially. But yeah, I see what you're saying with that wide front. Let's watch Micah Parsons work though. Look at 73. Look at his hands.
Mm-hmm.
You kidding me, bro? He is scared. You couldn't drive a nail up his ass with a jar of Vaseline. Look at this guy right here. He is, look, he's like, oh God. And look, just a little dip and rip. Bang.
But sir, I got him engaged, sir. Oh,
yeah. Unbelievable, man.
Right here.
Look at Carl again, bro. Watch Carl. Look at Carl.
Whoop.
Bro.
He gave him the little hezzy step too. He gave him the little head fake shimmer. Whoops.
I just noticed this too. Watch how many linemen are looking at the quarterback by the end of this play. All right. Watch this. Look at everybody.
Yeah.
That might be the screen grab of the night, right? Look, all these guys staring at their quarter. What y'all looking at, boys? What are we looking at?
Oh no.
And Gary getting groped over here.
They're working on the backspin of the
again. Now the funny part, watch this guy right here. Watch the right tackle, Emilio. Watch him the whole time. I don't know what to do. What
am I supposed to do? I got no help.
That
no love
right there. Look at this. You kidding me? Look at that screenshot. And then of course, let's just put a circle on all the guys that are staring at their quarterback. Every damn one of them.
Look at Rashawn with the one hand. Yes, sir. Come on now. Don't be silly.
Put the box on his finger. There we go. Good.
Bang.
That is hilarious. Poor Jacoby Brissett. Look at him, man. Oh, it's awesome, dude. It's awesome.
If we just clip that 4 seconds of 73 right there, that would be perfect. Just like after Micah makes some ballerina spin, he's just like in shambles.
May have to do that. All right. Another huge play. Fourth quarter, 5:58 left. Arizona's leading 23-20 right now, guys. Okay, 23-20. 4th and 1 at their own 48. That's the run stuff. I just say get low, little John here, right? Get low, get low. All right, so this is the QB sneak. All right, watch our boy McDuffie. You tell me if I'm wrong here, Amelia. It looks like he comes in off the side and pull. You know how many times a quarterback will shuffle, keep moving, keep your legs driving, and they end up getting it on the second lunge. Watch McDuffie come in here and grab him from behind. Watch how quick. Look at this. Get your ass back here, boy.
Jumps over the top, yeah.
How awesome. I think I zoomed way in on this play. Yeah, here we go. Look at this, a good shot. Watch McDuffie off the edge, guys. Great push up front, too. Let's watch the big guys up front. Look at everybody getting low, right? Poor center, man. Now watch McDuffie. Get in there and pull him right back off, dude.
Look at him just leave his feet. Said, I'm getting this, man. That was so big. That's such a huge job. And you know what I love is you've got, who was it? It was Stackhouse, Brinson, Sorrell, and
Enigbare.
Oh, was that Enigbare? Okay.
AJ there on the left. See him?
Yep, right there on the left side. That's who you put in for your nose. That's your tush push stuff group right there. That's crazy.
It's awesome. Sorrell getting in there too, right? Quay, Cooper pushing the pile back. Nate Hobbs. I know Nate Hobbs had a rough day, but watch Nate Hobbs come in here at the end. You ready to hit somebody in the mouth? Look.
Yeah. And that gives you 2 breathers for Micah and Rashawn. A 4th down stop. Perfect.
Yes.
Ball back to the offense. It was a huge stop, huge momentum boost. The defense, what's that? That you held them on 4th a couple times then. 3-4 times. I think we held them on 4th down. Big.
Yep. Again, man, Isaiah McDuffie it was just awesome seeing him pull Brissett back. They probably thought they had that no problem. All right. 11 gun nasty. This next play here. This is huge, man. Again, we've talked about Tucker Kraft. They went to him on the Y screen. They went to him on the flat, the touchdown, right? Now we got 4th quarter, 2:32 left. Arizona's up 23-20. Game's on the line. 4th and 2, guys. This is where they decided to go for it, right? Arizona's 29-yard line. This is Love to Kraft for 15 yards. This is so impressive, man. You're going to be able to look back on this play in 5 or 6 years and go, that's one of the plays where Tucker became like the go-to guy. You know what I'm saying? Like the George Kittle of this team, really. So we got 11 gun nasty, Trey left, 547, X dig, T out. All right. So let's talk about what all that means again. All right. So 11 gun nasty, 1 running back, 1 tight end. All right. It's actually bunch nasty, by the way. 11 gun. Yeah. So it ain't 11 gun nasty because I got that wrong. Romeo Dobbs is split outside of the number. So what you would call this is 11 gun bunch nasty. Okay. Notice we didn't say bunch nasty X or just nasty. Usually when I put nasty right after the gun, that means everybody's nasty split. Okay. And then you differentiate between that. So it should have been, that's a mistake. 11 gun bunch nasty, Trey left. We're going to go 547 X dig T out. All right. So what all that means is a 5 route, which is going to be an out route. Okay. And then you're going to have a 4, which is going to be a curl. Hold up. We may have gotten it wrong here. Hold up a minute. Let's see here. Give me just a second. So we're going 547. The 5 route. Get mixed up here, Emilio. Let me find my route tree.
Pretty sure the 5's the out.
I think so too, but I might have gotten it wrong.
4 was the in, though.
It's going to drive me crazy if I don't get this right. All right, so the 5 route is an out, right? So if I got this right, what you're going to have – oh, I know what it is. It's because our boy Matthew Golden's outside now. I got mixed up because Tucker's wasn't lining up. So it is 547. So what you're going to have here is an out route by Matthew Golden, okay? Yep. And then you're going to have a 4 route, which is a curl right here, just to try to get past the sticks, right?
Curl pivot, right? They call that too.
Yep. And Tucker's going to run the corner. So if you remove the curl, what you've got here, Emilio, is what we call a wolf concept, right? So you've got a wolf split by a curl, essentially is what you got, which is a really, really cool concept. I think it's wolf. I know I'm geeking out a little bit, but I want to, yeah, it's a wolf. So a wolf is when you got it out in a corner, just a two route concept, but they got the curl in the middle. That's why we went to the number system, the old school East Coast play call, 547, right? So it's an out curl corner, and then the X is going to run a dig. Romeo Dobbs is going to kind of work up, out, and then try to work the dig and give him another route underneath. And T is just going to run an out route underneath that. I love that play call, by the way. Mm-hmm. You're just looking to pick up the first down. That's what's crazy. If you draw this play up and you say, all right, man, you need 2 yards, the last person I'd be thinking you're going to is Tucker Kraft, right on the corner. But that's Jordan Love, dude. He's a freaking assassin. He's a big game hunter, right? So, again, 11 gun nasty, Trey left, 547, X dig, T out. Watch Tucker work. They did can to this play too, by the way. So I'd love to know what the original call was. And this is what Matt was talking about, right? They read one thing and it was actually another. They read it wrong, but they still just great. People were saying that Tucker pushed off. I don't think he pushes off. Watch the safety engage. Safety hits him.
Yeah,
right? He got right to that space, and then just
lean and get off.
Yeah,
I like how he killed the route right after he leaned and got off. He chopped it down.
Yeah, throttle down, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's huge, man. I'm glad you pointed that out because that's a veteran move. Like if you stay full speed and you play out of control, you maybe don't catch that inbounds.
And it gave him a split second to read and get your head turned around, check, go. But that speed out wasn't there. The pivot wasn't there. That is sticky coverage. The only guy that got the free release was Tuck. So Once you're able to get the free release, you get the dude backpedal and turn his hips, it's over, right? I mean, And I'm glad he didn't force it underneath, because look at that pivot. Go ahead and watch the pivot for who's that? Rome? No, that's Malik Heath. Watch the pivot. The linebacker Buda Baker's sitting on it.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
I know you need two. That's their best secondary guy, Buda, right?
Yep.
He's sitting on that pivot right in front of Jordan Love. Make a quick, easy pass. No, I'm going over the top for 25. 30-yard air pass probably. It's across the field right on the sideline and done.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't disagree with Buda Baker picking that route. Make them make the tough play, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
They did. They just did.
Because your only other option at that point, if you're not throwing it to Tuck, it's going to that dig. You're hitting Rome on that dig. That's your only other option.
Yeah.
Unless Josh Jacobs gets open late, but you've got fourth down, you got to make it happen.
Yeah. And again, let's watch the protection. Love. Hey, right now he realizes, oh crap, we misread it. Right.
Yeah. Yep.
But again, when the game's on the line, think play or not play, go to your boy.
Yep. Rashid, hold it down for long enough, man.
Great route, dude.
Yeah, Coach was saying Kraft uses size to separate.
Absolutely. So again, the big thing we've learned today is you've got a lot of cover 4 match inside the red zone, right?
Yes.
We've seen that time and time again. So let's fast forward to
that's it.
That's it. Yeah, no, yeah. We're back to the beginning. We have one more play I wanted to hit, but unfortunately, it was on a 4th and 11 play, a pass breakup to end the game. But NFL Pro didn't have the play, so
the last play of the game.
I remember I worked it in. Yeah. So
yeah.
So yeah, man. And again, the play after that, obviously, Josh Jacobs, 1-yard touchdown run. They would end up scoring on a 1-yard touchdown run. The big play there was Tucker Kraft. Again, I had to take it down from 23 plays to 19. You know what I mean?
And we still went an hour 40. Manny's gonna be so mad. But on top of that, Clay, good news. If Mandy's mad, Fishy said, I absolutely love this stuff, Clayton. Feel free to nerd out as hard as you want, my dude. And keep going. We appreciate it.
If you got a couch I can sleep on, bro, we'll keep going. You know
We're gonna need a good one. Yeah, I need a little cushion topper too, man. We can't just be sitting right on the. We need a little soft landing there. And J. Cole was saying how he loved what Micah said about that play. Pretty much just told Gary to sit down before the play because they were getting ready to go back on the field after that field goal. He said, "That's my $200 million quarterback. I trust that man."
Yeah, that's $200 million quarterback. Sit your ass back down. We're good.
Yeah, Rashawn goes, "Oh, they're going for it. Yeah, sit back down, man. Take your breather, man. We're good. I'm not worried."
All right, guys, that's Chalk Talk. And I don't think the stream went down one time, so that's absolutely awesome, man.
Yeah, I didn't see it go down.
Awesome. So maybe we finally got this thing worked out with YouTube. So again, guys, if you're watching this segment back later, appreciate you guys tuning in. Let us know in the comments. I'm gonna edit this video out in its entirety, put it in the playlist on our channel where every one of our Chalk Talks, by the way, our film breakdowns, you can find them in a playlist listed on our channel. So you can go watch every one of them. You'll see them all labeled correctly in order too. So all this stuff will be logged on YouTube in the future, which I'm really excited about. I think we did that last year too. I tried to, but obviously we didn't know what the heck we were doing. We still don't know what we're doing, but we're getting a little bit better. So, and I want to thank everybody for the subs, guys. The subs are through the roof. This week has been unbelievable. I can't remember. I want to say it's like 55 or 60 subs. And there's still a bunch of people watching that haven't subbed. If you hear my voice right now and you're not subbed to the channel, just take a quick second, hit sub. If you don't want to click the bell icon, it's totally cool. But just you hitting sub helps boost the algorithm as well, and hitting that like button too. And we greatly appreciate everybody who's supporting the show here, obviously. So, Bill,
scared money don't make money.
That's right. You got anything else you want to hit, buddy, before we wrap up?
No, besides that, no, man. Love Matt. And yeah, appreciate everybody subbing to the channel and joining Patreon, all of that. It's crazy. Like we talked about before the draft. Hey, if we could just get to 3,000-4,000, we're cruising past 5, cruising past 6. It's happening because of everybody out there. So just super thankful for everyone. Glad we got the Packers to root for, cheer for. And we're not looking to put them down. We are looking to get after this man.
On my knee.
Amen, man. Amen.
But, we got a couple days for that, so I'm glad we got to enjoy Chalk Talk. Glad everybody was in here, and just excited for this battle, man.
As my mom used to say when she blistered that ass when I was a kid, Emilio, it's gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you, right?
Yeah, little tear gonna be running down the eye. I'm telling you.
It's funny. Dad never said that. I think Dad enjoyed it. You know what I mean? No problem with it. So, anyway, let's go out there and get that dub in Pittsburgh. So we're on to Pittsburgh now, man. I'm glad we got this in. I was afraid the voice wouldn't hold up and we'd have to wait till tomorrow. So now we can move on to talking Packers, Pittsburgh. It's Packers, Steelers. It's going to be absolute.
I'm excited to kind of break down if we can get some of those coverage numbers again, Clay. Get the updated numbers. I want to see where maybe we can pull some Pittsburgh stuff. I just want to see how often they're in 12, 13 sort of things.
Okay, gotcha.
But that as well. I'd love to see the coverage where we're going, but I also kind of want to see how. I mean, is it going to be a McDuffie game? Are we going to see 30, 40 snaps out of him because of how much 12 they're playing?
Yeah, we'll make sure we put all that in the game plan. You can find that over at patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access. $3 get you access to everything on the site. Also, we're going to be doing a giveaway this week in the post-game show. Kind of cool. It's going to be it's not an autograph, but it's a really cool card. It's a highlight swatch, I think is how you say it. Josh Jacobs, and it's going to be a piece of his jersey in the card. Okay, so anybody who's a member on Patreon, we put your name on the wheel, spin that sucker, and whoever it lands on gets the card. So really excited about giving back to those who are supporting the channel. Emilio, appreciate your time, and I know your wife gonna kill you too.
Absolutely.
And I want to give a special shout out to Boz. Thank you so much for the super chat, buddy. Everybody in the chat tonight, thank y'all. I've got it figured out now where I can see the chat while I'm doing Chalk Talk, which is really cool. And you guys were very, very interactive tonight. Really, really appreciate all the encouragement and everything. So we'll see y'all tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central for PTA Live. As always, let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world, and go Pack Go.
There we go.
Bye, guys.